Hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, marketing, and sales goals too with strategy and intention. So today, day 8, we're going to continue our content honey conversation, all about things that you can do to strategically work on turning your content honey into actual money as an online entrepreneur, right? So lots to explore. We are right now continuing our conversation around creating more check-in messages. I honestly believe you got to check in with your audience more, especially if you want them to explore your store and check out your actual irresistible products and services, right? So come on in to the building, number one. Number two, tag your business besties if you have a few people in your circle who want to work on their content honey creation activities too. And of course, if you are catching me on the replay side, remember you can always drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So yesterday we were talking about check-in messages as far as you creating messages for your audience real time, right? And that could be real time live stream sessions like I'm doing right now, right? Or, opportunities for your people to check in with you real time, maybe via voice message, right? I love for my clientele to be able to directly on my website, real time, send me a voice message and I can send them a message right back. Hey, boss, welcome. Feel free, by the way, to let me know who you are and where you are in this world today. Just give me a wave, say hey. Awesome to have you here, my dears. So thinking about real-time check-in messages, we talked about that yesterday. Today, I encourage you to integrate automation, right? And there are different types of ways that you can automate check-in messages. And I'm going to drop a couple of them on you today. So yesterday, one of my favorite entrepreneurial crushes dropped some good, right? She actually dropped a new planner. And not only do I love to create planners and teach people how to make planners, I'm obsessed with stationery. So I buy a lot of planners. Am I the only one, or am I the only stationery obsessed person here? Let me know if you are too. So anywho, I was like, oh my God, her new planner is here. Gotta get it, right? Put it in the store, was ready to pay for it. And then I was like, okay, LaShonda, this is an impulse buy. You bought so much stuff Black Friday. You need to slow it on down. I was like, do you really need this right now? Like, you got to ask yourself like 3 times, right? So I was like, okay, maybe another time, but it's still cool. This morning I wake up, right? And I got an automatic message. I know it's an automatic message because I'm a web designer. I've been doing this for a while. And it was basically from her company. And it said, hey, this is still in your cart. Are you ready to check out? Let's do this, right? And that is an automated abandoned cart message. How many of you have that activated on your website so that when people come to your shop or they come to your store, if they buy, yay, right? But what if they don't buy, right? Having some sort of abandoned cart check-in message is a smart way for you to capture people who maybe they were going to buy, but for whatever reason, they left it in a cart. I'm going to be honest with you, 80% of the people leave it in a cart, right? Not everybody goes through the full experience and people talk themselves out of it, whatever the case may be, right? So when it comes to automated check-in messages, the first one that I want you guys to think about today is, are you automating the abandoned cart check-in process, right? So that if people do leave the product in the cart and they don't check out, you've got some automation turned on. And a lot of e-commerce platforms, by the way, that I work with anyway, they have these features that you can turn on some sort of abandoned cart conversation to check in with your audience within the first 24 to 72 hours if they don't completely check out of the cart. Okay. So that's the first thing that I want to have you think about today when we are talking about automated check-in messages. I do. Hey, awesome. Good stuff. I always like to see when folks are like, yeah, girl, I got that. So today, number two, the next thing that I want to share with you, and a lot of these honestly are just kind of funny enough, real-time things that are happening in my world, but I think are great examples of strategically sharing content with your audience. So right now, everybody is abuzz with this new Clubhouse app. You literally hear me talking about it every day, right? By the way, if you are on Clubhouse, follow me at Sister Sense. So anyway, one of my sister girls who is like myself, a techie webby person, she's doing a live today, and she's like, okay, so my live is happening, and I'm going to tell you guys all about Clubhouse, how to use it, how to get an invitation, da 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 da. Now, when I saw her message, it wasn't necessarily that she was going live in that minute. It was actually an automated message just letting people know that she's going to go live later on today with all the details. Now, that automated feature is on a lot of platforms similar to what I'm using right now. What I'm using to live broadcast across, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, Periscope, all the things, right? Except for Instagram, because you got to be inside of Instagram to go live, at least for now anyway. But what I'm using for the multi-broadcasting is the platform called StreamYard. And I always say, if you want to try out StreamYard through me, you can simply go over to sistersense.com/SY, which stands for StreamYard. But anyway, one of the cool features is not only that can you multi-broadcast across a lot of platforms, but you can schedule your lives so that even before you go live, automatically people can get messages and see what you're going to be talking about at that particular date and time, right? And that's something that you can do with the help of automation number two. So first thing, when I said checking in with your audience, checking in as far as if they don't completely check out of your store, do you have some sort of abandoned cart features turned on? That's number one, right? And pretty much all the e-commerce platforms I use have that ability, number one. Number two, I said to you, if you're using things like real time going live with your audience, are you scheduling or, through automation, what you're going to be sharing so that you can automatically have those reminders pop up on your platform? That is check-in message automation number two that I'm dropping on you. Okay. So we're going to go through a few today, but out of curiosity, for those of you who are here, let me know which, if any of these work for you. Yes, Restream does that too. I tested out Restream as well. I tested out like 3 or 4 different live stream platforms, and StreamYard is for me the absolute best. Love, love, love. Hey, Levon, welcome, my dear. Awesome to see you here. Levon, have you put on abandoned cart? Have you activated those features in your store? That feature is available on the sales platform. Not sure if you know, but that's a great one for you to consider. So, all right, let's keep on keeping on when it comes to strategically using automation to check in with your audience. There are a lot of platforms, by the way, that allow you to create automated check-in messages with your audience. Like on Instagram, if you got an Instagram business account, you can actually automate frequently asked questions and make it easier for you to communicate with your audience. On your Facebook pages, you can do that too. Have automated messages. I realized that on my facebook.com/Sister Sense page, I was getting messages from people, but for whatever reason, I was not seeing them. Facebook is good about in Messenger showing you, messages from people that you are friends with and you're connected with on some level. But when other people who you don't not quite know message you, sometimes those messages get lost in the loop, right? So even on Facebook, there's a way for you to put in automated messages when people, and mine is basically, hey, I don't really check this often, so if you send me something and you see I haven't responded, also email me here so that we can check in. And so that's something that I want you to think about as well. The platforms that you're using for social media, if you find that sometimes on your Instagram DMs, or you find that sometimes in your Facebook business page, messages are there, I would out of curiosity encourage you guys to, those of you who do have Instagram business or Facebook business pages, to go and see if you have any direct messages that are sitting there that you haven't seen, because I know it's happened to me. I encourage you to think about, are you using automation check-in messages on those social media platforms? Not for everything, but again, for those messages that sometimes get lost in translation, I like to let people know where else they can go to check in with me. Okay. So that is number 3 on the list: social media, automated check-in messages for those messages that sometimes get lost in the loop, right? So let's talk about phone numbers, right? So I've got lots and lots and lots of phone numbers. My latest number, I didn't do it, did I? I've got my number on a piece of napkin, and I've been telling you guys my text message number. And I don't know where I put it. Boo hoo. I know it's 252-618-19. I should know it by now because I've been telling you guys for like the last couple of days what it is. Let me see if I can see it real quick, like super, super quick. 618-1693, 618-1693. Okay, so 252-618-1693, 252-618-1693. I really should write it down. Okay. Well, anyway, my text message community, this is Sense Circle, is over at text message me 252-618-1693, right? So I'm trying out a thing that's going to be my new messaging, right? But one of the things that I was doing before, I also have a number that I got through Skype for ages now. If you go on my contact page on Sister Sense, you'll see that's another 252 number that I got from Skype. And I recorded a message that said, hey, if you want to talk to me, here are the top 3 ways to get into communication with me. You can send me a voice message. You can schedule a call with me over at callme.sistersense.com. You can email me, right? So in that message, when people call that number, it's a recording. It's automated, right? It's me just basically saying, don't leave me a message here, okay? The best thing to do, send me a voice message, number 1, send me an email, number 2. And now I have this new text message community that I'm testing out with you. And also I'm going to be dropping some exclusive giveaways on that. So hopefully you... Lord, my laptop is about to die. Okay, so hopefully you're a part of my text message community. More details on that in a bit. But my point is, when it comes to, I'm looking for the little charging port. There we go. When it comes to, people actually talking to you over the phone, what kind of automated systems have you put in place? For me, leaving recording messages of me saying, hey, getting on a phone call with me, the best thing to do is to schedule a call with me, number 1, or send me a voice message, number 2, or send me an email. Giving people my system and sharing automated voice messages around that is just a smart thing to do. Something that I encourage you to think about as well, right? So the last thing that I'm going to talk about today is, I feel like that's number 5, but we'll see. The last thing that I want to talk about today when it comes to automation is email conversations, right? And when it comes to email conversations, are you automating what needs to be said to your new subscribers versus your new customers? Okay. So really, really important. So I'm sure that a lot of you, hopefully, when people are opting into your email, you're sending them some sort of a welcome message, right? But outside of the welcome, that initial, hey, I'm excited to have you, right? Outside of that, you should be strategically checking in with your new and existing subscribers. So depending upon whatever they opt into, I will create sequences that I believe are a good fit for them, right? So for example, I send out, and I'm going to give you like a short list of the kind of messages that I send out to both new email subscribers and new customers. One of those is thinking about, where do you need help, right? So, hey, thank you so much. Where do you need help right now? Like, what questions, if you were talking to me on the phone right now, what kind of questions would you ask me right now? That gives me an opportunity to not tell them what I want them to tell me, but them to tell me what they want, if that makes sense. Sometimes as experts and gurus and mentors, we kind of direct the conversation, and I like it to be open-ended. I like for people to let me know what they think I can do for them. Right? And so then I can point them in the right direction versus saying, hey, ask me a question about this or this or that, right? You know, what do you think I can do for you? Where do you think I can help you? And let's see where the conversation goes, right? So that's one thing that I personally like to do when it comes to questions. Can you share what you believe is the best email marketing service? Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely love using ConvertKit. I use different platforms. I have MailChimp, I have MadMimi, and because I'm a web designer, I've helped people with Infusionsoft and all these other, like a ton of stuff, right? Me personally, absolutely love the ConvertKit platform. I have a free training on how you can create landing pages and also lead magnets and build your list using ConvertKit. And that challenge is over at sistasense.com/LWL, which stands for Launch with Leads. So, hey, totally agree. My friend Jason is in the building. Thank you, Jason. So number one, if you want to, learn about how I use ConvertKit and how you can use it based on the strategies that I've developed, you can take that free challenge over at sistasense.com/LWL. And those of you who are thinking about ConvertKit and you go, LaShonda, I want to try it out through you. Easiest thing to do, sistasense.com/ConvertKit, ConvertKit. ConvertKit right now, by the way, they've launched this year a new feature. It's called Commerce, where you have the ability to sell digital products. So not only can you use ConvertKit for list building, but if you get on that Commerce list, because there's a wait list and they're giving people the ability to add that feature onto their ConvertKit, you can even sell from the platform. Yes, thank you so much for that. sistasense.com/LWL. That's that free Launch with Leads challenge. And the free ConvertKit trial is over at sistasense.com/ConvertKit. Awesome question, by the way. Feel free to drop any others that you have for me. So when it comes to strategically sending check-in messages with my audience online, I always like to send those, where do you need help? How do you think I can help you? Check-in questions, right? Through automation. So ConvertKit has this thing where you can create sequences. Sequences are like, autoresponders. Some people call them drip campaigns. Different email platforms, they tend to name their automation feature different things: drips, autoresponders, sequences, but they're all the same thing. They allow you to put in a series of emails that automatically go out to your subscribers, right? So for example, when I do like check-ins, when I do like challenges for my email list, I'll send in check-in messages like, oh my gosh, it's been 2 weeks since the challenge ended, or it's been 30 days since the challenge ended. Where are you now? Do you have questions? Do you need to get some support? Do you need to go back? Even when people purchase things from me, I'll put them on an automated sequence like, what did you think? Okay, so you just got your training. It's been about 3 days. Did you get started? Did you read the ebook yet? Checking in with my audience in real time. People will say to me, oh my goodness, this is really great, or thank you so much for the message. I didn't start digging in yet. I'm working right now, but I appreciate you. I'm going to start checking it this weekend. People will send me real responses to these automated check-in messages, right? And especially the ones that are email subscribers opting in for things that are free, I will strategically check in and say, hey, hopefully you've gotten some value out of this free thing. By the way, there's this other thing that maybe you want to sign up for or invest in because it's going to give you more than what you got in the freebie, right? So a couple of days ago, as part of this Content Honey conversation, we did talk about freebie lead magnets, value ladders, and tripwires. You want to be able to check in with people. You don't just give them the freebie and walk away, right? You need to sit down for yourself. Non-technical thing. What am I trying to say? This is a non-technical activity, because sometimes you guys get overwhelmed by how to create the automation. How do I create the sequence? Before you do any of those things, sit your behind down with a pen and a piece of paper and map out the kind of check-in messages you want to send out to your audience. One of the things that I love to teach is what I call creating a New Deal newsletter. So I know that I have sequences where at least once or twice a month, I'm sending out offers to my audience that I think are really smart offers, and they get those in, just in the sequence, whether they manually get an email from me or not. They're getting emails that are saying, hey, do you know I have this blogging thing? Or do you know I have this thing on video marketing? And it's just in the sequence, automatically sending them out, sending these messages out because I've already put those together, right? So I want you to consider what kind of sequences you should be putting together for your audience. I do have an affiliate program, right? Over at sistasense.com/MAPP, which stands for My Affiliate Partner Program, right? And when people sign up to my affiliate program, one of the questions they oftentimes ask is, okay, so now that I signed up, how do I do this whole affiliate marketing thing? How do I set this stuff up? How do I share it? Guess what? I've already created an onboarding video. So automatically when I get new affiliates, I check in. I'm like, hey, download the guide, watch these videos, ask these questions if you need additional help. And that becomes a part of the process. So some of you, maybe you need onboarding check-in messages. So automatically when people sign up to a particular product or program from you, they're automatically getting resources, links, videos, audios to let them know what to do. So you don't have to manually share this information with them or pay a VA to send this information to them. And that, baby, is content honey that saves you money, plus helps you make money too. Interestingly enough, one of my favorite platforms is for selling is called Thrivecart. And I use Thrivecart to put together my affiliate program. So I send out a series of emails to my new affiliates over the course of, I want to say, the first 3 to 12 weeks, because it's a multi-part sequence, right? One of those emails, I'm like, hey, out of curiosity, outside of joining my affiliate program, would you like to create your own affiliate program? If you would, feel free to sign up to Thrivecart through me by going to sistasense.com/Thrivecart. And I make passive income from people who automatically get that check-in message and they go, you know what, girl, you know what? I want to sign. I just got a commission check from Thrivecart. I want to say maybe yesterday or the day before. And that easy PayPal money, honey, that is content honey at its best, when you can get not only money from selling your own products and services, but by just passive income by simply recommending the products that you love and use. And so that's something to think about as well. In this conversation around automation, I wanted to share different types of tools or different ways of thinking about automation. And I've dropped a couple of them on you today. Watch the replay. For those of you who are just coming in, hey, who do I just see? I saw Sheila say, hey. Hey, welcome, my dear. I love, absolutely. It is my favorites. And so I'm always teaching people around the different sales tools that I use. Thrivecart is one of them. And again, when I say, whether it be manually real time or in some sort of automated check-in, hey, sign up to Thrivecart through me over at sistasense.com/THRIVECART. That allows me to generate money, right? And here's the thing about that. Today, I'm doing this whole conversation with you around how you can do automated content check-in messages, right? And this is a part of a live stream that's a part of a 31-day Content Honey conversation. When it's done, when this is all done, I can do an automated 31-day, hey, let's talk about content. And I don't have to do it real time because it's already done. Once the 31 days are done, and we're on day 8 today, right? I can go into my ConvertKit, do a 31-part email sequence, and rinse and repeat. And that I can say, hey, do you want me to talk to you about Content Honey for 31 days? Do you want me to help you with that? And then people go, yeah, let me opt into that. And they go and they opt into it. And every day I'll just send them the link to each of these days of the video. And that's automated Content Honey at its best, right? So that's cool. Yeah. I mean, so for me, I love to do these real-time experiences because when you're strategic about it, once you're done the real time, then you can automate it and turn it into something that you can rinse and repeat and never have to touch, right? And I do that with a lot of stuff because I am the repurpose queen. So as we continue these conversations today, I really just kind of wanted you to think about different ways in which, because a lot of times people come to me and they go, LaShonda, girl, you know, I need more automation, right? And I'm like, what kind? There are different ways in which you can integrate automation into your business. And today I wanted to share a few strategic check-in messages, whether it be through an abandoned cart or through, you know, using some sort of auto message in Facebook or Instagram, or, you know, even what you call it, if Facebook there's a third-party platform, it's called ManyChat, and a lot of people like myself doing automated messenger bots. Not going to talk about that today because messenger bots is not my area of expertise, but it is something I've dabbled in. ManyChat is a cool platform for that, right? There's so many different resources. Today, for me, it was just about kind of getting you in a space where you think about how exactly do you want to automate and how are you going to strategically check in with your audiences more. So, you know, checking in for subscribers and also new customers is important. And I also create check-in products, right? And that's a whole other conversation. But thinking about for clients who, for example, one of my clients today just messaged me and she's like, LaShonda, I need to talk to you like stat. She's a part of my DDIP, Daily Domination Through Implementation program. And it's a program where I said, listen, if you struggle with if you struggle with implementation, every day I'm going to check in with you and I'm going to give you a daily activity that you can implement to help you work on that, right? Because it's a challenge sometimes to figure out how to strategically get better at these activities, especially when it comes to implementation, automation, and content creation. So DDIP is one of the things that I launched this year, and I did it as an email check-in series, right? So check-in messages don't necessarily all have to be free. They can be in the form of you strategically creating things for people who say, I need an extra dose of accountability. If you can find a way to talk to me some way every day, that can help, right? So check-in products, another conversation for another day, but certainly something that you can consider as well. Hey, Pink Leaf Consulting is in the virtual building on Instagram. Listen and lovin'. Love it, love it, love it. This is so awesome. I'm so glad you were able to pop on today. Yay. Yeah, this is definitely something that I encourage you guys to think about, especially when it comes to building your business on a budget. For those of you who go, man, I know I need more content. I know I need to be more consistent. I know I should be following up with people when they email me, but there's just so many things going on, right? And I get that, which is why I encourage you to use automation as much as possible. So you can simulate real-time conversations, even in between when you're doing other things and you're not available for those real-time conversations. So, all right, y'all, that's it for today. We're going to do one more day of check-in messages tomorrow, day number 9, as we rock out this 31-day Content Honey conversation. That's it for now. Till next time, take care. Of course, don't forget, feel free to share this out. Sharing is caring. That's what it's all about. And if you enjoyed this session for today, I appreciate you in some way if you could drop me some content currency, right? Some digital currency. Feel free to tap on the hearts. Give me some likes. Give me some love. Share this out. Tag your business besties too, who also would love to work on not only their revenue, but their content creation efforts too. All right, y'all. Tap. Likes, love, hearts, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys right back here tomorrow for another dose of fire when it comes to the Content Honey 31-day conversation series. Mwah. Till tomorrow, take care.